Yeah, this is my rare copy of Elden Ring with Lego Star Wars in it, and you can't have it. This sucks. Let's let's talk a little bit about modern video game collecting. Well, a little more about modern video game collecting. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Ty here, and I want to say thanks for all the support. Same old, same old. Honestly, though, it does mean a lot. The support has been kind of insane. At the time of me recording this, I have 600 subscribers now, which is like crazy because like a week ago it was 500. It's like um, but yeah, I just wanna dive right into it, talking about the title a little bit. Modern video game collecting kind of this is just another one of those like ramble type videos. I'm not feeling super great, so just want to do something a little laid back. Modern game collecting kind of has felt lame, I guess. I don't know, like I've older I've gotten, more money I've had, and the more dedication to amassing a game collection or collections in general has been easier. But it's felt less fun, I guess. Maybe I've overdone it on my 3DS collecting, and I don't actually think that's it. But doing all this has made me, I guess, aware that these prices, like some of these prices for these things have were already pretty high before the eShop closure, and it's just making me think back to like before the I mean, there was a retro boom for retro gaming, but I mean, over the pandemic, it's gone even crazier with grading and all that stuff. That's a whole different video topic. That's probably on this little eye icon somewhere over here. But it's just gone through kind of crazy, and that I think everyone looking for that the game that will be rare. It's fun to, like, I know I've made tons of videos on games by now, or I just made a list of the rarest and expensive 3DS games, and I think that's all fun. I think rare and expensive games are cool. I know everyone's like, just emulate Forehead. It's like, gee, why didn't I think of, oh wait, I have, and I do. Ooh, come and get me. But no, it's like, I know about it, but I mean, for me at least, I think it's fun having the physical thing. I like wasting plastic as much as the next guy. But I guess it's felt less fun, and part of that, like, it feels like people talk about is what will be the next rare game, and it's like, give it 5 years from now, that you'll get your exact answer. Once people stop coming out of the woodworks, and with all, like, for a while I would say Yokai Watch Blasters was one of the rarest 3DS games because there was like 5 listings in total. Now there's a good amount of them. There's not as many listings as Mario 3D Land because it probably sold 100 times more than that. But it's just kind of hard to say. It's just like, with everyone constantly guessing and wanting this thing to be the next rare thing, it's like, make it stop. And it kind of segues in my next thing, rare games. And 3DS and Wii U and PS3 and Xbox 360, like, they're kind of modern. They're not retro. They kind of teeter on an edge, in my opinion. But when we get to, like, actually, like, for sure modern, like the Switch and Xbox One and PlayStation 4, those damn limited run games. I know there's people out there that like them, and let me get this out right away. I love the products they put out. There is so much passion going into some of those. I really like the Castlevania one that Limited Run did. I love some of the Shantae items Limited Run also puts out. Limited Run's not the only company that's doing it. I know they also made a Scott Pilgrim vs. the World one. There's a lot of like cool ones they've put out, but you know their whole like thing was that like you know they're preserving physical games that maybe would never get a physical release, and that's cool. But are you really preserving it when like the whole gimmick is that it's once it's gone, it's gone? I mean, obviously there's some games that they printed a good amount of in comparison to some other games, which is kind of funny right now. A lot of those games that probably got a more limited run. Like, I mean, something like Super Meat Boy Forever, I think, or I don't know. I know they made some Meat Boy. You know, that's going to get a lot more printing than Random Indie Game McGee over here, but at the moment, Random Indie Game McGee might be worth nothing compared to Meat Boy. Well, Meat Boy's probably not worth much more than they sold it for, but my point is, the game that actually probably needs more attention and preserved is going to be the one that's getting the less print and less people are going to have it. And it's just like, I don't know, you're not really preserving it to the extent. And let me get this part clear. I'm not saying, oh, they gotta do printing on Nintendo and Xbox and PlayStation levels. No, but I'm just dropped like the whole act. Like, you're capitalizing on the fear of missing out. I mean, that's what every special edition, every limited run of a thing is. Like, limited run isn't the first place to do limited run games. It's definitely spawned a billion more, but I mean, original special editions are really the original limited run games. I mean, any special edition, you name it, they eventually stop making it. You know, they eventually stop making any game, but truly limited, like limited edition games, special editions, those typically are printed for the first run of the game, and then they just print the normal copies, if any. So I don't know, it's like, kind of takes the fun out of it. It makes collecting for like the Switch and PlayStation 4 impossible. There's an insane amount of variants they do, and just an insane amount of games they do in general. I don't know how many they've done, but tracking them all down is probably near impossible. You'd have to go through so many listings, and you gotta just hope some people are listing these things. It's just kind of crazy. Just kind of crazy. But I think that I think if for it to actually no, there is another thing. I briefly talked about it earlier, but I did like a video on it. But I think another thing that kind of makes it suck is like, again, you know, people are looking for the next rare thing, the next big rare thing, and like the grading aspect. Everyone wants to grade it. You can easily compare it to the Pokemon card problem that we had in 2021. I mean, it's still kind of ongoing, but they fixed a good amount, where everyone's just after, like, quick buck, and it's like, You know, more people in the hobby, gets more attention, but it's like, these aren't really the attention you want. I don't know. It just doesn't feel as cool picking up a rare game now at a good price, in my opinion, when, like, if you found, like, I remember before the pandemic, before, like, the big retro boom from the pandemic, especially, going to game stores, and they'd have, like, games that probably are a ridiculous amount of money now, you know, still a ridiculous amount of money back then, but it felt different in a way words cannot describe. I guess it felt more like in the community money hungry, you know, instead of external money hunger. I mean, it's always been a money hungry type thing, you know. I mean, rare stuff's gonna cost more. Not really rocket science, but where's the money going to is it gives a whole different feel. I don't know. I guess to summarize this little ramble, games suck. No. There's so many games coming out, making it impossible to collect, and they're capitalizing on fear of missing out. Everyone's trying to get a piece of the pie. It's not fun. And I'm not saying I have had no enjoyment. Obviously, I've had enjoyment. I've made tons of videos talking about it. It's been fun. But it's just made me sit back and think a little more about it. It's like, dang, where's the passion? But with that all being said, that was just a little ramble I want to put out. Yeah, leave your comments down below. I mean, I pretty much read and respond to like every comment, unless you act suspicious. You guys know Suspicious Among Us? Okay, I'm really sorry. But no, seriously, leave a comment below, let me know what you think, and I'll respond to it. Unless I don't feel like it. Later, y'all. Subscribe. First channel to reach 1 trillion subscribers.